Hello, welcome back to DadSchooled podcast. I'm Josh.
I'm Jimmy.
Yay, and this is DadSchooled podcast, as stated before. So we have made it, Jimmy. We have made it past Father's Day once again. We survived. My marriage is intact. My kids don't hate me. How are you doing?
I'm good. Another year older and wiser, or
Yes.
something like that.
Yes. So we have made it. Now I recognize that maybe not all dads have made it, so we're here for you if you have not made it. But after the Father's Day celebration ends, what does a real dad look like? What does our leadership look like? What do we want to be remembered next year for Dad's Day? That's what this show is about today.
The post Father's Day.
Post Father's Day.
Yeah.
So, I usually approach Father's Day every single year with the same thought of, what does it matter what I say I want to do? Because I'm not going to be able to do whatever I want to do anyways. It's a really bad way to approach something, I think. Like, I approach my birthday that way. I approach Father's Day that way, just because I know people around me. And
Tuesdays.
when you have other people involved in your life, you really have that possibility of not being able to do what you want to do. So that's my selfish approach, and how I've always approached these kind of holidays. And it's wrong. I understand it should be more about family and being celebrated, but I have a problem maybe with having a big head when people celebrate me. So maybe that's my problem. It's all about me. I don't know. A little self-reflection there for free for you guys. But just share what I did real fast. Went to church in the morning, got a new grill, got a Blackstone, and then came home. Had my uncle's in from California. He's visiting. I think he's leaving today actually, but he's been visiting the past week, and he came over with his Ford Model T. It's actually a amazing car. He's a Model T Club member, and he actually makes wheels for them, wooden spoked wheels in California. That's just his side hobby. He's not even like his main. He's retired, but he trailered it out here for a event in Indiana. So he was on his way home, and he stopped here for a week, which is rare. He never stays for longer than like a day to rest. But it was nice to visit with him. He hung out in the afternoon with my family, and I burned the living crap out of some burgers on my new grill because it's a griddle, and I had no idea what I was doing. So I felt really bad about that. Played some board games with the family, and then that was it. I did redeem myself from the grill later. The next night, I grilled some hamburgers just fine. And yesterday morning, I did a complete breakfast spread, and it was amazing.
You sent me the breakfast pictures yesterday, and I desperately wanted to jump in my car and come over.
I'm learning. I'm sending these pictures to people, and they're like, "Why didn't you invite me?" I'm like, "Why didn't I invite you? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of a jerk move." So in the future, I'm just going to randomly invite people for breakfast.
You do not send pictures of piles of bacon.
It was
kind of like, look what I have and you don't.
36-inch flat top full of bacon. It was amazing.
Yeah. I could almost smell it from here.
Some of my subdivision can still smell it, actually.
Yeah. But so you got the hang of the griddle now.
I did. I watched a ton of YouTube videos. I'm a lot more confident on it now, and I'm looking forward to my next adventures. I think I have friends coming over from church this Saturday, and I'm doing some steaks. That's the plan so far.
Oh.
So I'm reading up on YouTube on the best way to cook a steak on a flat top, and it's very complex process and intimidating, but I'm confident that I can give it a shot.
Yeah. Yeah. Good luck with that.
That was my Father's Day. Your turn, Jimmy.
Ours is super chill. I mean, we're a take it easy time with each other sort of family. So we had cinnamon rolls for breakfast that just baked in our regular oven in the kitchen. Nothing nothing high tech.
Oh, that's all you had to cook with?
Yeah. We just had a nice chill breakfast, and then we just hung out together for the day. So we're just all about kind of that quality time together sort of family.
Yeah.
I don't know if gifting isn't one of our love languages from my wife and I, either one of us. And so we're probably terrible at that with our kids. Is like they get gifts, but we could probably do better. I don't know. But like when it comes to the events for us, like it's never huge top of our list. But also Father's Day, like always lands really close to vacation season.
Yeah.
And I'm always just like, you know what? Don't bother getting anything for me if it means we get another like nice meal out while we're on our trip. Like that'll be my Father's Day gift.
Yeah.
Or a fun souvenir. Like I'm all about the hats and t-shirts whenever I go on a trip. Like I always just want to go in the souvenir shops and get something like anywhere we go. And I'm like, you know what? You could skip a Father's Day gift. I'll get another hat or a t-shirt or something. And so Father's Day, it's just us with the kids celebrating that they're the one that made me a dad. So let's just spend some time together, enjoy that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I can respect that. I'm not saying that we're all about gifts because I got a big grill. In fact, I got the grill myself. It wasn't a gift for the kids. It wasn't on their radar in the beginning of the day. We how'd that work out? Okay, it was Saturday. It was Saturday before Father's Day, and we had volleyball, an hour break, and then volleyball again with different kids. And the hour break ended up putting us at Target, and we walked around and just bummed around Target. And while we were there, we saw a 4-burner Blackstone grill, and I was like, "That looks pretty cool." My wife thought that looked pretty cool too, and thought it looked less intimidating than a normal grill, which I don't know how she thought that, considering it's actually pretty complex in my opinion. But she was interested, and I was like, "Yeah, I love that." And then we started talking, and the price looked interesting. Come to find out, we were looking at the wrong price. We were looking at a price that was for a 2-burner and wasn't even carried in stock, right? So we got home, we started researching a little bit, and the 4-burner was like way more expensive. And did a little digging in the internet shopping, found it at Walmart. We were looking at the 2024 version in Target, found the 2019 version at Walmart. It was way cheaper. 4-burner, didn't have some of the cool drawers and stuff that the newer one has. That's fine with me. So we got that one, and it was cheaper than the 2-burner at Target. So it was a good
I
find.
get the idea though. Yeah, I have the idea that cooking with heat hasn't changed much since 2019.
No, well, there's some upgrades.
It's probably fine.
It's more about the accessories I think that are on it or whatnot. But
Uh-huh.
it was
Yeah.
it was good. It wasn't even on our radar, and it was kind of like I'd take this as a Father's Day gift, and kind of asserted that as my excuse of why I wanted to get it. So it worked out. And then in the end, my sister's gonna get my old grill, so she'll have a grill now because she didn't have a grill before. So yeah. But now that Father's Day is over, Jimmy, we need to talk about something more real. Like I think I might be borderline overly excited about my Father's Day because of a gift. So we got to take a step back as dads and kind of think, what message are we giving our kids? Are we living the correct way as a father? Do we need to alter that? This is the time of year where we need to look at ourselves as fathers, and we need to make sure that we're aligning with the type of dad we should be. Because like you said, I don't know if you said it, maybe you did, blank slate, clean slate right now, right to Father's Day, starting over.
Totally said it.
I don't know if you said. I gotta look back at the tape. I don't know why it's in my head that you said that, but it is really essentially a clean slate now. Like if you're being judged on how good of a dad you are, the day after Father's Day is literally the first day of the new judgment for you, isn't it? Like, you have the rest of the year is now, are you a good dad? Are you going to be a terrible dad this year? Are you going to have no one celebrating you as a father? because they want to, and just celebrating you out of principle of calling you up and saying Happy Father's Day, or they're going to be calling you up and trying to be with you and celebrating what great of a father you were. So that's kind of the topic today, whether I intended to be or not.
Yeah, I think just taking that opportunity, even if it's just for a few minutes, but pause and take stock, basically. Just kind of give yourself a self inventory of where have I been as a dad. Yeah, it's great to be celebrated. It's great to have that time of having your family kind of come around you and having, if it's about the gifts or the time or whatever is most special for you and your family. When that's done, do you disappear into your man cave, or are you gonna dig in, get in the trenches, and be a part of life with your kids? And I hope and pray that you're already in the trenches in life with your kids, but is there anywhere that you could take a small little tweak here and there, something about your individual character, or just about the way that your schedule lines up? Do you need to make a small little tweak here or there so that you can be that available father that your kids deserve and I'm sure are looking for? Father's Day is a great time, especially as I was kind of saying, it's the kickoff of summer. Summer schedules, summer calendars are so different than the rest of the school year. And so it's a great time to be able to dig in, and your routines are changing. So, let's circle around, have some family conversations while we're on trips or on breaks from school. Another year has gone by, another year closer to the kids being grown and gone, and you'll still be their father. But the ones of them being in your home, there's only so many of them left. So summertime is a great opportunity to kind of take stock of just like where you are, where you've been, and there's that dot on the horizon quickly approaching. Yeah, is there anything that you need to kind of adjust now while you have the time, while you have the chance?
Yeah, and I like that. Are you entrenched enough, or do you need to be more trenchy? You need to fill any gaps that you have, because you will find. I can't speak on how everyone's Father's Day went, but everyone will tell you how great of a father you were on that day, and they will not, hopefully not, tell you all your shortcomings. That'd be a pretty crappy Father's Day. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, and if it did happen to you, I'm sorry, but maybe you should listen to those things too. If it did happen to you, do they really have a point, or are they just being hurtful? That's a consideration you got to have. But you got to look at yourself and see how you felt you did. And if you feel like you are the most connected dad ever, and you can't be any more connected than you are, you probably can be more connected. So you can probably look at some way to connect with your kids, whether it's activities like Jimmy said outside. Summer is a great time to start doing this. Look at your schedule. Are you doing the 9 to 5? And then you're having a little time on the weekend with your kids, your family, or are you doing chores all weekend? What are you doing with your free time? Is it pushing your kids away so you can do things, or is it bringing them in to do things with you? Which is, I think, a really important shift in a dad's mentality. A lot of times I have a problem I'm trying to solve, and I'll push people away because I want to solve the problem. Not because I want to be like me, but because I can't trust somebody else to think the same way I am. And I have a hard time letting people into a problem to help me solve it. It's not easy, especially if it's like technical, and I know that they're not a technical person. I don't want them involved. Like, we have internet dropping out of our house the past couple of months, and I've been trying to fix it. I thought I had it, and then yesterday we had a horrible day again with it. All day, my kids are coming down one at a time. Hey, Dad, internet's out. Like, yes, I work at home on the internet, and I understand the internet's out because it affects me like a lot. And I'm trying to find new ways not to sound like a jerk when I'm telling them, yes, thank you for telling me the internet's out. But it's hard. And then they don't know how to fix it, and I'm trying to figure out how to fix it. So they're down here asking me, anything I can do, I can do this or that. I need to be better about saying, yeah, take a seat. Let's look through this together. teach you some of this stuff while I'm trying to figure this out. It might not always be practical for you in all situations, but you should take every opportunity you can right now to do things with your kids. Like Jimmy said, the days are numbered of them in your house, and we just need to make sure that we're always trying to teach and be with them doing things. That's our job, is to teach and uplift our kids, not to push them away and say, I'm busy, let me fix this myself. That's not how they learn. They learn that dad has no time for them when you push them away and say, I'm busy, I need to fix this myself. So
yeah, whether we like it or not, each of these moments are a learning moment. Are they going to come away with a learning that we can look back and be proud of? Or did they learn something about dad's character or dad's time available for them that we, could regret later on? And that's absolutely something that I'm trying to really dig into a whole lot more this year. You and I both, like, we'll have little projects around the house, switching out a light fixture or ripping down stair banister railings, or whatever we got going on. We've got things going on around the house, or we're in the kitchen, or whatever we're doing. And I imagine it's similar for you. My kids love to just kind of look over my shoulder, and they want to see what's going on, and like, oh, what's that? What's that tool? What's that do? What are you working on now? And when I'm in my not positive dad headspace, just like, it's this, okay, go back to reading your book, or go back to what you're doing in the schoolroom or whatever. And I'm trying to retrain my brain to be a whole lot more of the, well, it's this here. Let me put something in your hand and give you some of that experience of getting to see. And those are the moments that, our kids really end up remembering fondly, but then they can even come away with a little bit more of a skill. And yeah, it's in the back of my head. It's like, well, if I let them help, it's going to make it take so much longer. I'm probably going to have to come back and correct things that they did wrong. But you know what? That's okay. Even if it's a small finishing project around the house, like, maybe it doesn't look 100% perfect. Hey, it's got character, trying to remind myself, those kinds of things are okay. And it's not, shove them down, push them away, which oftentimes, more often than I like, is my just reflex reaction without even thinking about it. That's just kind of where my brain automatically goes. But trying to remind myself to intentionally make the other decision of, okay, I'm going to bring you into this. And then even to the point of, if I know I have a thing coming, can I think of a way to bring them in before they even start looking over my shoulder with curiosity? How can I bring them in beforehand? It's not something that I'm super great at already, but it's one of those things that's what I'm personally trying to work on right now, thinking ahead and like, all right, I want to incorporate whatever I have going on, incorporate them into it, and build more of that time together. So I'm hoping that this time next year we'll have better stories.
Yeah. Maybe we should call that pushing away action, instead of a reflex, we should call it reflux, because it's bad and never good. It's a reflux action of pushing your kids away. We should be pulling them closer and putting them in a dad headlock and give them a noogie and say, "You're helping me now."
Yeah, noogies are absolutely, it's affectionate touch. That's what it's all about.
Nothing says "I love you" like grinding your knuckles into their heads as they squirm in your arm.
Having a bald spot right there.
Yeah, totally agree with what you just said about the bald spot. But recently I've been really enjoying. I'm not trying to like single out one of my 4 kids, but I've been really enjoying one of my daughters helping me in the garage when I have I've been building this bookshelf. She helped me cut the wood. She helped me. I just built a dust collector. My next project, which Jimmy alluded to, was finishing a banister railing in my stairs, and I have to do some stonework around the fireplace also. And she was helping me finish my dust collector. I built a dust collector. I I 3D printed it on my machine and then put together, and lots of different coats of paint and filler and a bucket. We both bought a bucket last weekend. But she only put it
Ooh.
together, and she was really excited to just be there with me. I know she's not the most technical person, but she was really eager to hold the drill. She was really eager to drill the hole. She was intimidated by it, but I showed her how to do it, and I ended up finishing it. But she wanted to try, and then she has a skill saw, and I had her hold that, and I showed her how a skill saw worked, and it was really a cool moment. And I was really enjoying myself in the garage, and it took a lot lot longer than I wanted it to, but I have that memory now, and I hope that she does too.
Yeah.
And then I hope anytime she sees that dust collector, that she'll remember that as well. And I have more projects I'm working on, and I'm gonna be able to use that dust collector. And I'm hoping that she wants to help me out in the garage some more. But yeah, I really and that even goes more. The same daughter, yesterday morning doing the cooking, she wanted to help me cook on the griddle. Like she was the one who initiated that. She's like, the night before, can we have pancakes and breakfast on the griddle? I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna say no to that. And she's like, I'll get up early. And she got up at 6:30 in the morning. And she was ready. I didn't even get ready. I wasn't even ready till about 7. So she beat me up, and she was all ready. And she made the pancakes all by herself out of the box. She cracked the eggs. She did all sorts of stuff. I gave her a little task, and she was in the kitchen. She's actually really good in the kitchen by herself, anyways. But she was doing really good. And then she had all the platters she was bringing out with me, and she was with me every single bacon strip I put down and sizzled. She was squealing with joy as the bacon sizzled. And it was for me, it was a really fun father daughter moment. It was great to have that memory, and I hope that we have lots more like that. But you have those little memories with your parents when you're a kid. I remember cooking around a fireplace, a fire pit on vacation, or going camping and listening to the rain on the ceiling in the camper. Those little moments, and that I think I created yesterday with the garage a couple days ago, and yesterday on the griddle. I created one of those moments for me again, which is really exciting because like I now look at that and remember, and I hope that she does too. But those are the kind of things that accidentally happened, but it just happened because I wanted to be closer to my family instead of doing it myself real fast and pushing people aside. Like I could have very simply grabbed a bowl of cereal, used one of the 4 ever browning bananas on the banana rack that I should definitely use up. But
Do something with.
yeah, I could have had a banana and a bowl of cereal and gone down to my office in the morning really quickly and not taking the hour and a half to 2 hours in the morning to play around with the griddle. But because I did that, I feel like I added value to my kid's life. So it's things like that. It might take a little longer, might be a lot more effort, a lot more dishes, but take the long road sometimes with the kids because it pays off.
Yeah. So I think as we're getting into summer, I think if there's an opportunity for trying to look down your weekly routine or whatever you've got coming up, is there anything new that you could try to introduce now, even if it's just temporary because it's summertime and summertimes get weird. But are there some opportunities to try to set some time aside in some small ways to develop more of that intentional one-on-one time with your kids? Um, you could set up something like a weekly dad pick time where just dad is going to pick something fun or different. Doesn't have to be going somewhere. It could be just sitting around the table doing an art project together or something. But each week, dad pick an activity or doing some sort of Bible memory challenge. Each week, you're going to memorize a new section from Proverbs or Psalms or something. And you work on that together as a family. Or even have opportunities for your kids to teach you something. I mean, they've been working on different art projects, school projects, science projects all year long. Ask them what was their most interesting or fun, that whatever stood out to them the most this last year at school, and task them with writing a 1-page summary, or give them an assignment. Give them some tools for extra research if they want, and they can give you a report. But I know that sounds like school, but if you're doing it with them, dig in with them. And see if there's some sort of project that you can build out of it. Can you springboard that into something that you're going to end up doing together? You might end up being surprised each time that you can ask your kids, what is it that you get really excited about? What subject, and not necessarily like math or science, but what specific item, could be just a random animal that they're just fascinated with, or a piece of natural science, minerals, or something. You never know until you ask, like, what is it that you get really excited about, or you found so interesting and you want to tell me all about it? Give them that platform to really dig into it and share with you what really gets them excited. And you never know, this might be something that could set them off in the future direction of life, but in the very least, you'll come away with some memory time that you got to spend together. So what are some ways that you could start putting together some intentional ideas and times together with your kids?
Absolutely. So this week, what should you do? You should think, what do I want my kids to remember about me? Right. As you continue week by, take it small, week by week. You don't need to do what I need to do something great so my kids remember it all year. I guarantee you do something great right now, your kids will remember it a year from now. They can't remember anything past a couple of days. So it's our jobs as dads to be great every week that we can. At 5 minutes. Are you going to be, Jimmy, are you going to be perfect every week?
No.
No. Are you going to be perfect ever?
No.
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 I mean, you're perfect to me, but that's a different topic, different podcast.
Yeah.
Not how you guys are thinking, but really weird, really fast. Pivoting, you're not going to be perfect every week as a dad, and that's okay. But it's your job not to be terrible every week. And that's what we should strive for. Don't be terrible every week, but try to be better every week, right? So think about what you want your kids to remember about you, or remember about you this summer, maybe. Take it in a small chunk and pick a moment this summer to lead spiritual conversations with them. Be intentional about that. Really sit down and maybe pick like a proverb or a psalm to focus on. Do a little Bible study. You don't have to do something big and structured. It doesn't have to be a scary series that you picked out and you have to stick to. It can just be a baby step of something small, and you'll be always surprised just putting that hook out there what questions and comments will come from it. And it might feel really unnatural at first, because it always does for me whenever I break my normal routine and sit down and say, we're going to study this in the Bible. My kids are like, really, Dad? We're doing that right now? Okay. So pick a moment to lead. Just show up and be there intentionally with your family. And you might be surprised what happens. Might be good. Might be bad. We'll see.
Yeah.
But with that being said, if you want to share your experience with us, share what you did this week or what you plan to do this summer, please go to DadSchoolPodcast.com, fill out our contact form, and tell us about what your plans are. Hit us up on the socials, Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly known as Twitter. Look at all those places and find us. And please follow us and subscribe, like, comment, view, share with your friends. Write us letters to the email address and to the physical address that's not there. All sorts of options.
You can even find us on MySpace, probably.
Yeah, I'm gonna go make a MySpace account right now and put it on there.
Perfect.
Is that even existing? So I don't even know.
I have no idea.
If it's there, we'll try.
I want one.
If you have a recommendation of a platform we should be on, go dadschoolpodcast.com and fill out a contact us form and tell us where we should be. We're on Twitch, even. We're on Twitch. So you can go everywhere and find us. Instagram, we're on Instagram. So let's end before we get too desperate, Jimmy.
All good.
No one likes that. All right. So any closing comments, thoughts?
You got this, dads.
You got this, Dad. That's right.
That's it. That was my wisdom nugget.
All right. Till next time.
Take care.